Okay, it looks like we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what happened there. My internet just suddenly, like, fucked up. That was weird. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on there. It was so weird. Everything just, like, disconnected. And it's so weird whenever this happens because I always have my Ethernet plugged in. So, like, that shouldn't happen. But sometimes I guess like when the internet goes out, it makes my Ethernet go out too, but I don't really understand that. But yeah, I'm sorry everybody. If that happens again, then I may just need to end stream for the day. I'm hoping it won't disconnect again. We prayin'. But for now, we'll get back into the groove. I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on. I've been having all sorts of computer issues. Cause I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I think my computer had an update recently, and it must have been a big one because whenever that happens, it always takes fucking forever for my computer to like boot up and turn on. And then I have to like restart it a bunch of times. It needs to reboot, and then it does this thing where it needs to do like I don't know. I guess it thinks something's wrong with the computer, so it does this long ass automatic repair scan. And it just became annoying after a while, so I was like, fuck it. I'll try again tomorrow. But we're here. I'm a little thrown off now, but that's okay. That's okay. We're good. What were we talking about? Cosplay? Yes, I want to do more cosplay. That's what this is all to say. And definitely definitely being on Kai's stream, made me realize. Yoko Gurren Lagann. Ooh, that could be another fun one. I still need to watch Gurren Lagann. But I know that she's another kind of like bad girl, delinquent, takes no shit type, which I'm all about. Hermia is one of the few high school romance shows I can stand because I feel like high school, but not most of the terrible parts of it. Maybe that's one high school anime that I could watch then, because it won't remind me of a bad time, and it won't have too much delinquency in it. I was Butch, the Buttercup one. Why doesn't it surprise me that you were the Buttercup one, Jacob? I was thinking, the second I asked, I was gonna be like, I bet it's the Buttercup one. I bet. But yeah, we back. Delinquency for real. Also, everybody that stuck by for that whole thing. Oh, look, now Stream Elements decides it wants to boot up after my stream decides it didn't want to work before. Okay, yeah. So anyway, that was what happened. We didn't have Mario Kart, but we still had a fun time. And hopefully soon we'll be able to have another Mario Kart stream. But yeah, seems like everybody's been dealing with some scuff. I was dealing with computer scuff yesterday, dealing with internet scuff today, apparently. What the fuck? But hopefully there won't be too much other scuff. Oh yeah, I have some new things I want to show you guys today, actually. So I know I was talking a few days ago, we were joking around when everybody was giving me like head pats and throwing eggs at me and stuff. We were joking around that I was a Lilith Tamagotchi. And I thought that was so cute and funny. And so I decided I wanted to add a couple more like interactive redeems so I can feel even more like a Tamagotchi to you guys. So the first one, this one's pretty simple, and this one's actually more for me, but I added a posture check redeem. I know a lot of VTubers have posture check redeems, and thank you Craig's Critique for the posture check redeem. Also, welcome, much needed. But yeah, this one is for me. This one is to make sure that I'm not in shrimp pose. Friends don't let friends become shrimp. Bunnies don't let bunnies become shrimp. So if you guys think that I'm hunching at any moment, which is more likely to happen when I'm playing a game, give me a good old posture check. I've seen this in a lot of other VTuber streams, so I thought it would be very helpful. And I've been complaining a lot lately about my back killing me, and probably the big reason why my back is killing me all the time is because I have bad posture. Yeehaw! Thank you so much for the yeehaw redeem, Aoi Alex, and INF with you! You have revealed my other redeem! My other new redeem for today. This is the more exciting one. Surprised that we didn't already have the posture check redeem. I know, me too. What the fuck? I should have made this one when I first started, but I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about the hydration because that's what every VTuber has to think about first, but I wasn't thinking about the posture because that's probably even more important than the hydration. But yeah, but the other one, we talked about how I want to be fed. I want to be fed on stream. I like it when you guys feed me. But I'm sick of the only food option being these fucking eggs that you guys want to throw at me all the time. So I've decided it's time to be a little bit kinder to Lilith. And if you ever want to give me food in a non-violent way, you can with the soup redeem. What is the soup redeem, you may ask? Well, you've seen it. When you click on soup, I get soup. I had the soup asset for the longest time, actually, because back when I was doing one of my Nuzlocks, which I kind of abandoned, I remember one of the punishments that I had written down was literally just soup. Thank you for the soup, Fluffy! Yum, 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 yum. I'm slurping. I'm slurping. The soup of the day today is a butternut squash soup. But I had that soup that soup asset for a long time because one of my punishments was literally just called soup. And if it landed on soup, then I had to take that soup asset, put it in front of my face, and stream for the next 10 minutes just as a bowl of soup. But we never ended up landing on the soup punishment, unfortunately, so I never got to show it off. But now, whenever you guys want to, you can feed me soup! I know, real exciting, right? Well, I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys feed me as much soup as your heart contents for it. I will feel very full and very warm and very cozy at the end of every stream. Oh, Chosen Mode, thank you for the soup! Yum 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 yum. Slurpin'. I love to slurp. Lilith Adam Driver, good soup. Yeah, maybe I should do that every time somebody gives me a soup, as I just say good soup. Remember to suggest a flavor of soup when you redeem the soup. Oh yeah, when you guys redeem your soups, you guys should tell me what type of soup it is. But it better be a good kind. I couldn't find a tomato soup, because I was particularly looking for a tomato soup, but I only found that kind. And that soup does look pretty good, to be fair. But yeah, I'm always talking about on stream how hungry I am, and how I want to be fed, and I want you guys to feed me stuff. And sometimes when you throw food emotes at me, I can't catch them in my mouth. But at least now every time that you give me the soup, like Awe Alex has right here, thank you so much for the soup, it's right in front of me. There's no way for me to miss it. Look at this delectable bowl. Mmm, good soup. Thank you, Dr. Karate, for the soup. Cream of carrot soup. Ooh, perfect for the bunny. I finished that very quickly. Thank you for the soups, everybody. I feel very full. I'm gonna have to pee like crazy after stream with all of this goddamn soup that I'm drinking up. Bowling for soup. Do not throw bowling balls into my soup. Or play me bowling for soup. And hello, Lumi-chan. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the rainbow soup. Ooh, that's good soup. I'll drink that right up. Do you eat, drink, or sip soup? Maybe we need to get a poll in this. Chat, do you eat soup or do you drink soup? Is soup a food that you consider one that like when you consume soup, are you saying, well, do you tell somebody I'm eating soup or do you tell somebody I'm drinking soup? I usually tell people I'm eating soup because I mean, a lot of soups aren't just like broth. Like they have things in them. Like a lot of soups have meats and vegetables and noodles in them. But there are other soups that I guess are like more drinkable. Like people that just drink like bone broth with nothing in it, or people that like drink like tomato soup, I guess, like a smooth immersion blended tomato soup. Consume. The gender neutral term for eating soup is consuming soup. Depends on the soup. Yeah, that's the thing. It depends the soup. It really depends. Because usually a chunkier soup, that's something you gotta chew on a little bit. Yeah, no, depends on the soup. Depends on how chonky it is. How chonky or how smooth. How smooth is your soup? How smooth is your soup? My thought process, bone broth to Baby Yoda cosplay. You guys just want to see me cosplay as little babies. You guys want to see me cosplay as babies and furries. I guess I'm the right size for it. But don't people who exercise a lot or people who need a lot of protein, don't they just straight up drink bone broth with like nothing else? I feel like I've heard that before. Where people will go to Whole Foods, they'll buy bone broth and then they'll like just have that. I know Gwyneth Paltrow does that. I know that's a part of her crazy daisy diet. But I'm like, what's the point of just drinking the broth? Like, don't you want to have other things in your bone broth? Why not just turn it into a chicken soup? Because you can even make chicken soup healthy. You can put all white meat chicken in it and lots of vegetables. Like, my mom's chicken soup has a lot of vegetables in it. She puts lots of, like, carrots and onion in it. Celery. Like, what's so unhealthy about adding all the extra stuff? Is it, like, too much extra weight when you're trying to, like, get yoked? Not to add to the Lilith cosplaying a baby pile, but you were made to cosplay Anya Forger. You know, it's sad. I have pictured myself looking like Anya before, and I'm like, oh, it is too fitting. It's way too fitting. Fucking mischievous-ass 5-year-old. I just need a Yor and a Lloyd to look after me if I'm to go running around a con. It's definitely good for you, but I don't know, it seems boring. Drinking broth is good for camping, though. Yeah, it's nice to drink broth out of a thermos if you're on a camping trip, especially if it's cold and you need to, like, warm up by a fire. But I don't know, I still feel like if I was on a camping trip, I'd want to have, like, a full-fledged soup. Because that would just feel a lot heartier, you know, because you need the energy for when you go, like, hiking and marching around. But I could see it definitely as, like, a snack or something that you have while you're sitting by a campfire. I think it's also a help I sick and can't hold down. Non-fluids need nutrition. That's true, yeah, because bone broth does have a lot of nutrients in it. And if your tummy is hurting, or if you just can't hold down a lot of solid food, bone broth is something that works. I haven't thought of that. You're right. That's a very good point. Hey Lilith, I hope you're staying out of the cold. Hello Rodias. Hello. Welcome. I'm trying to stay out of the cold. I'm actually, you know, I don't look too different from my model right now. I am literally wrapped up in a white blanket at the moment because my hands have been really fucking cold these past few days. I've been like colder than normal. Usually my apartment isn't this cold. Maybe I don't know, maybe I haven't been eating enough lately and it's my bones telling me like, hey, get something on these muscles. But yeah, I've been like unusually cold lately, but this blanket is helping a little bit. Usually it's the opposite when I'm streaming. Usually I'm fucking hot as hell and I need to only be wearing like a tank top. But now I'm bundled. But I hope you're staying out of the cold as well. If I just consume bone broth, it's just because I want something quick to eat while driving to work. It's less to chew and warm. These are all valid points that you guys are bringing up. Very valid points. It's easy to digest. It's good if you're like on the go, but like, is it filling though? Like, do you find that just drinking broth like kind of fills you up when you need it like in a pinch? I guess the protein helps for certain, because I imagine it's like, you know, it's like chicken bone broth or like beef bone broth, something that has like a lot of protein in it. And in the winter, I can see it coming in a pinch if you need like something kind of savory that'll like keep you going and you don't want coffee. I'm going to suggest a meat wad cosplay and then quickly run away. I'm gonna do a meat wad cosplay, but I'll actually buy like hunks of beef from the store. I'll just buy a bunch of ground beef and like cover my body in it, and the whole stream is just gonna be you guys seeing my room get covered in like in raw beef chunks. That certainly wouldn't get me kicked off Twitch, right? That's good girl behavior. And I need it to be an accurate meat wad cosplay, so what better than just getting actual wads of meat? I want to eat the bone marrow now. I've never tried, like, actual bone marrow before, but I really want to try it. I love those videos where I see them taking the bone marrow out of the bone and they put it, like, on meat and then, like, flambe it. That looks so good. Ugh. It looks very expensive, though. I thought you didn't have hands. I mean, I'm using my... How do I get out of this? I mean, my paws or my hooks or my extremities. My sleeves are cold. My sleeves are cold. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. These bunny sleeves. Oh man, they're heat temperatured and they're very cold right now. So I need to warm them up with a blanket. Ha, got them. Got them. They'll never suspect anything. They'll never suspect a thing now. God, Lilith, you're so smart. You're so smart. I need some soup for being so smart. Yeah. Yeah. The protein could be a good, clean way to get some morning energy. Is bone broth good? I don't know if I've ever tried. It's not the same as just like regular chicken stock, right? Is chicken stock a different thing from bone broth? What exactly is it? I'm guessing it's a pretty different thing than chicken stock. It's probably has like, I don't know, less stuff in it. Maybe it's a little more keto friendly, I imagine. Might be a bit heavy on the sodium. Yeah, I imagine it's salty. I imagine it's salty. That's why I need other things in my soup to kind of counteract like an overly salty flavor. It's a little different. Okay, okay. Hang on, I need to, now I'm curious. Bone broth. Broth for the bones. Alright, we're all gonna get yoked on stream today, guys. How to make bone broth plus health benefits. So wait, is it made with like... It's made by simmering the bones and connective tissue of animals. Oh, that sounds graphic. It forms a stock for making soup, sauces, and gravies. It can also provide a nutritious drink. Okay, so it is meant to be a drink. It is meant to be a drink then. So you guys are on something there. I want to know what the health benefits are, though. Okay, it contains a lot of vitamins. It can be nutritious, but the precise nutritional content will depend on the bones you use. Animal bones are rich in calcium, magnesium, other vitamins. Marrow provides lots of vitamins. And it has, yep, okay, it has lots of protein and collagen. Okay, so it can benefit your digestive system, fight inflammation, improve joint health, weight management, and muscle mass. I think this is what I see a lot of people use it for, like when they're trying to bulk up. They'll drink bone broth. Improve sleep. Ooh. That I could certainly use, I can use help with. Alright, so that's fascinating. I didn't know these things about bone broth. I thought it was just something that gym rats like to drink to get yoked. I didn't know it was also just like something that like everybody uses. What do I know? I'm certainly no beacon of health myself. Not really in any sense of the word. I could definitely treat my body a little better. I have returned. Welcome back, Cast Iron. Sorry I disconnected earlier. My internet was being stupid. I really hope that doesn't happen again. It's alright though. We handled it. We handled it and everything is fine. But yeah, what are you guys up to? Is everybody having a nice weekend? Has anybody gotten any snow lately? Is it pretty cold where everybody else is too? It's been raining a lot where I am, that's for sure. I haven't really been wanting to go outside because I hate going outside in the rain. I've just been such a cave hermit these past few days. I've really just kind of been working and playing games and watching TV and not much else. I finished decanting my plants into dropper bottles, so it worked out for a little break. Ooh, that sounds nice and relaxing. I'm glad you have a garden. I wish I had one. I would think it would be cheap to make too. Could probably get bones for cheap from butchers and Asian shops. Yeah, I know a lot of people make their own bone broth where it's like they'll go to a butcher and they'll just get like whatever bones are left. Because I know like bones can be pretty cheap because it's kind of just the leftover stuff from the meat that not a lot of people want to buy. So I imagine it's very easy to make on your own. You probably just have to like simmer it in some stock for a while so it can absorb all them nutrients. If you regularly buy rotisserie chicken, boiling the bones in some water and vegetables is a great way to use every part. What my mom does is after Thanksgiving every year, she takes the turkey carcass, like all the leftover bones from like the carcass, and she simmers it and she turns it into a turkey soup, and it is so delicious. Oh, it's so good. Something about all that like turkey flavor and fat and like all the leftover stuff infused just like really adds like a nice richness to the soup. Like I don't know, it tastes a little bit like chicken soup, but the flavor is just like a little bit stronger and different. It tastes kind of like richer, and I don't want to say more buttery because there's not really any butter in it, but it sort of has like I don't know, just like a richer flavor. It's so good though. Oh, lots of snow and cold in British Columbia. I can only imagine. Ooh, I can only imagine you guys are probably getting a lot of snow. We're just getting slush, you're getting snow. Nah, I'm sick. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Buckaroo Holiday. I'm sorry that you're sick. I hope you get better. I know that there's something that's still kind of going around. Colds, COVID, all of it. So I hope you feel better. Stay safe and take good care of yourself. It is now 25 degrees Fahrenheit near me, officially hitting the not going outside levels of cold. Brrr. Ooh, that's cold. How I know it's getting cold is because my cat has been like super cuddly lately. Like he's been jumping up on my bed a lot more often and getting like a lot closer to me. Like he doesn't really sit on my lap, but like he'll snuggle up to like my hip, or he'll get really close to me and he'll sleep on like the soft blankets, and I'm like, yeah, it's getting cold because I think he's pretty cold too. And he's trying his hardest to warm himself up. But again, it's never been this cold in my apartment before. Usually it's really hot in here, but I guess maybe they just haven't been turning on the heaters as much. But yeah, I'm freezing. My hands are fucking freezing. I can't even like... I may do a tier list today rather than a game because my hands are just too fucking cold, man, to hold a controller. I'm 10 miles from the Chiefs game. I'm still debating on if I should go or not. If you go, make sure you bundle up. Wear a coat, wear your gloves, wear a hat. Protect yourself. Wear a scarf. Don't get a cold if you go out there. Look out for yourself. Your mother is trying to protect you. Paints, not plants, sorry. Oh, okay. Well, that's still nice. It's still nice to have an art studio. At least for all of your miniatures. Negative 22 degrees out here. That's negative 8 Fahrenheit. Ooh. Ooh, that's cold. I hope you have good heating. Put on a fire tonight. If any of you guys have fireplaces where you are, put on a nice fire. That's why I was saying I want some hot cocoa. I wish I had hot cocoa with marshmallows. I wish I had a fireplace. If only the Yule Log channel was still running, I could turn that on. And have a nice old cozy time with that. I love making broth. Making broth seems fun. I've never made it myself, but I've seen my mom making like chicken stocks a lot. And turkey stocks too. I've never used my fireplace. Maybe I will. You should! You should use your fireplace. Use it. Now is as good as an excuse as any. If it's negative 8 degrees Fahrenheit over there, you gotta turn that on. Make use. Make use. Oh, I'm also so cold that my lips are super chapped. My lips are chapped and I need a snack. I am in dire need of a snacky right now. I need 80 cc's of snacky. Snacky times. I'm gonna have a cracker. Sorry guys, I'm really tired today. I don't know what's up with me. Maybe I used up all my energy on Kai's stream, even though we were just watching videos. Yule logs are probably on YouTube. They probably are. Hang on, I'm gonna check. Yule log YouTube. Oh, look at that, they do! Oh, baby. Look. They got that Yule log. Now that's what I'm talking about. Is everybody here cold? I'll warm you right up. Look at that fire. There's no music in this one, so we don't get to hear any nuns chanting, unfortunately. Like we would during Yule log season. Every year on Christmas, when I go to my parents' house, like my dad will always joke being on, let's put on the Yule log channel, and then he'll put it on, and my mom will be like, we don't celebrate! Why do you do this every year? I feel much cozier. I feel cozy too. I don't know, there's something about just like staring at a fire that's cozy. Wait, oh, when you turn on the volume, it makes, oh, you can hear the crackling sounds. Oh baby, that is ASMR right there. I feel much cozier too. Doesn't that feel good? Don't mind if I put my sleeves up to this nice warm log here. What do you think when I finally get to commission my bedroom background? Should I get a Yule log in the background? Do I need a fireplace? What kinds of things should be in my VTuber background? I feel like I should have it should be a pretty red room with like a nice bed, some plushies, maybe a few tchotchkes relating to the dark arts. Maybe a fire or a Yule log, I don't know. A pretty view of the city, or should I just make it a graveyard? I don't know. So many options. Wow, this is an 8-hour constant Yule log. Do they ever have to change the logs? What happens when you're doing like a Yule log stream and then one of the logs and you need to replace it? Do they just keep it on a constant loop on the Yule log channel? I actually just got done collecting firewood for the freeze tomorrow, and now I have to pray that the power grid doesn't shut down so my snake can continue to be warm. Oh, yeah, no, best of luck out there. Get like an emergency generator or something. That might be a good idea to help with the snake. It was raining so hard in my area the other day that I thought my power was gonna go out. I really thought my power was gonna go out. I was nervous because the lights kept like flickering at night, and it was at night too. So if that would have happened, I would have been like a little freaked out. I'm not gonna lie. There was like one time as a kid, I was home alone. I think I was like a teenager. I was home alone. My parents were like out somewhere, and I was just scrolling on the family computer. I don't even remember what I was doing. And then all of a sudden, all of the lights just go out in the house. And it was the first time that had happened, and I was by myself, and I was so scared. I like didn't know what happened. For a second, I thought like there was like an intruder or something, and I had to go look for a flashlight, and it was pitch black in there because it was already dark outside. Ooh, freaky memory for a kid. I don't think the lights were out for very long, though. I think they ended up turning back on, like, a few minutes later, but it was still, like, a little bit freaky. And I had to, like, call my parents and be like, oh, it's dark in here. Oh, I could stare at that fire all day. I haven't been near a fire, like a fireplace in a long time. That's one thing I guess I kind of miss about, like, living with my family in, like, a suburban area. But alright, I guess that's enough Yule log for now. Sorry. I just wanted to look at a pretty fire for a little bit. Sometimes our primal instincts just kick in, and we see a fire, we're like, ooh. Ooh, I want to look at that. Okay, let me just eat one more cracker. And now we can get into the meat of today's stream. So, my hands are very cold, and I'm quite tired. So, I decided for today's stream we're gonna do a tier list, because we haven't done one in a little bit. I think the last time we did one was when Jen here, and we did a Ben & Jerry's ice cream tier list. And I know how much you guys like tier lists, and I like doing them too. So that's why I wanted to do one today. And I thought it could be fun. We could just do like a cute little one, a little lighthearted, fun one. And I thought, what better idea for a cute, lighthearted, fun, cause no drama tier list than a Pokemon starter tier list. Oh, wait. That was anticlimactic. A Pokemon starter tier list. Sorry. As you can see, my brain is not working properly right now. Lilith chose violence. Yeah, this was definitely not a terrible, bad, awful, violent idea at all. Nobody has particularly strong opinions on Pokemon starters, I don't think. Nobody, right? We all have the same opinion on these. We all love the same ones and we all hate the same ones, right, guys? So that's what we're gonna do today. Next, start asking people their political opinions. Oof. I don't want to touch that on stream, that's for sure. Do a middle evolution tier list. Ooh, maybe after this. Maybe after this. But I'm gonna put on a little lo-fi playlist in the background. I'm gonna put on our usual lo-fi playlist, video game tunes. There we go. A little Super Mario Galaxy. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna get us into the groove. Well, I did it. I turned on my fireplace and didn't explode. Yay! I'm happy that your house is not set on fire. Best of luck. Make sure you're being careful with the fireplace, but I think you should. I think you should turn on the fireplace today, though. I think you should light that bitch up. Don't sleep tonight. If Torchic is an S tier, you'll just have to wait and see for when we get to Torchic. But yeah, these are all the starters. So I thought this could be a fun, cute idea. Also, I've never played Pokemon, so I have no opinions on starters. Well, I have many opinions on starters, so you've come to the right place. My problem is that the final evolutions are going to taint my opinions on the starters. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about how their final evolutions would affect my rankings for today. Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see then, right? Well, how about we begin? We start with some of the most classic, the Kanto starters. We got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Bulbasaur, this has always been my boy since day one. Bulbasaur immediately gets an S, because every time I play Kanto, Bulbasaur is the one I start with. You guys can fight me on this. I know there's probably a lot of Charmander defenders in here. But I don't know, I felt like Bulbasaur has always kind of been like the underrated underdog of the three, in my opinion. It's like because everybody chooses either Charmander or Squirtle, and they're just like, oh, with Bulbasaur, I don't know, it's like you're making the game too easy in the beginning, or he's not a good Pokemon, I don't like Venusaur, and I don't get these naysayers, man. Bulbasaur is the best. He's just a little onion guy. How can you not love him? B at best. I disagree. Bulbasaur is my favorite of those three. I just love him. He's also the only quadrupedal of the three. He looks a little different because it's like Charmander and Squirtle are cute, but they got a lot of similarities in their faces, and I feel like Bulbasaur, he never gets his time in the sun. He's the underdog of the three. But I love him. Like, I never meet anybody else who starts out with Bulbasaur in the Kanto region. For purely starting evolution, Squirtle is my boy. Squirtle squad for life. Bulbasaur squad for life for me. All Kanto starters belong in the S tier for being the OGs. We'll see if I agree with that, Jacob. We'll just see. He's the most consistent through the evolutions, right? Yeah, no, he is. And also, he's fucking cool because unlike Charmander and Squirtle, when Bulbasaur evolved, Bulbasaur is a fucking dual type. He's not just grass, he's grass poison. So there's a little bit of an advantage there by choosing Bulbasaur because you're getting two types in one. So yeah, I'd say Bulbasaur gets S tier for me. He's been my boy since the beginning. He's my absolute OG. I'm not changing him there. Charmander and Squirtle, on the other hand, sorry, y'all. I may have to put Charmander in B and Squirtle in A. At first, I was thinking Squirtle B, but I'll move him up to A purely for the fact of the Squirtle squad. But I don't know, these two have never, they've never just stuck out to me the way that Bulbasaur has. I've never been on the Charizard train like everybody else has. After a while, I just got kind of sick of seeing Charizard over and over again. And it all came to a head for me during Sword and Shield when the fucking champion of this new region's, like, his prized Pokemon, his signature Pokemon is a Charizard? And I'm like, really? Why? Why do we have to keep being so Kanto-pilled here? Like, why not make it just like a completely new Pokemon from this new region who looks fucking cool? I don't know, I guess that's not really anything against Charmander, but after a while, I just got a little tired of seeing them. I feel like, I don't want to say they're overrated, but it's just not my favorite line of the three, and I never understood why it was, like, as popular. I love Ash's Charmander, but I don't know. Squirtle gets an A, though, for the Squirtle squad, but I just don't love him as much as I love Bulbasaur. I'm sorry, everybody. Charizard is fire flying. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. Charizard is fire flying, but Bulbasaur is grass poison from the fucking beginning. You have to wait until you get a Charizard until you get that dual typing. Bulbasaur, you don't have to fucking wait. S for Squirtle. Squirtle gets an A. I'm sorry, I'm not changing my opinion here. He's not Bulbasaur. He's not Bulbasaur. He's cute and he looks funny when he wears his funky glasses, but he's not Bulbasaur. Strategically, Squirtle can get ice moves, which is super effective against Bulbasaur. But I'm not thinking strategy here, though. I'm thinking who's the cutest little guy. Getting spicy off the bat. Yeah, no, you guys can fight me on this. You guys can fight me. That's why, that's the real reason why I showed you all the Yule log before this. I was trying to hypnotize you all. I was trying to lull you all into this false sense of security before I completely burn you with my spicy takes. I actually don't disagree with this take. Charizard is very overexposed. That's the right word for it, Jacob. Charizard is overexposed. He's not overrated. He's just overexposed, and he needs to just sit in his Pokeball for a little while and take a little break. Just a little break. Just give some other Pokemon a chance. I'm screaming, crying, and throwing up. Good. Let me provide a bucket for you in that case. For your puke. I will mold it into a trophy later. SMH, Lilith again with the bad takes. It's okay, it's not her fault. Bad takes? What are you talking? I have the best takes in the world. There's nobody with a better take than me. I'm right about everything. And just by you guys watching all of my streams, that proves that correct. That proves that correct. If you're watching my stream, then you know I'm right. Hey, no throwing eggs at me. I just made a soup redeem. For being right, I deserve soup, not eggs. I deserve soup. Here's my take on overexposure. Why does that itself diminish the enjoyable qualities of something? I mean, you know, to each their own with enjoying it. For me, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get why it's like when you introduce a new region with new Pokemon and you want people to be impressed with them, why just keep bringing the old ones back to be the star players, you know? It's like, share the spotlight. I want to see the spotlight get shared with new Pokemon. Stop throwing eggs at me! I'm not changing my opinions. Teasing us with the Yule log, then passing at the fire type. I know, the ultimate anime betrayal. Also, my brother had a holographic Pokemon card, and he used that to lord over all the rest of us on the playground. Like an entire fucking year. Fuck that card. Was it the same Charizard card that Logan Paul bought for like $500,000? Lilith, the most humble streamer. You know me. I'm the most humble streamer, but I'm also the most correct streamer. Alright. Next one. No soup for you. No, you're giving me soup. I made the redeem. You're gonna give me soup. For serious, though, I'm just teasing. I know, I am too. I mean, I may be correct about everything, but we all jest in here. We're all here for a good time. This is nothing actually serious, don't worry. Next ones. These three starters. Chikorita, another obvious S. This has been another loyal one for me, and you guys can fight me. I don't know, I'm always so drawn to the grass starters for some reason. And it's not just because I'm a fan of grass. But there's something about their designs. Chikorita's just another little guy with a very smooth-looking head. I've always started out with Chikorita in the Johto region as well. Chikorita has never done me wrong. I know in the Nuzlocke you guys had me start with Totodile, which was an interesting experience because I've never started with Totodile. But I love Chikorita so much. Chikorita, they're fucking cute. I love Bayleaf too. I love Meganium. I feel like it's just a really solid line design-wise overall. Meganium becomes a fucking mega house. It's just, I don't know, it feels like Chikorita just looks like a cute little thing you can pull out of the ground and then take it home and chop it up and turn into a soup. It's so cute, that's what I want to do. I am a little saddened by people who call something trash solely based on it being popular. No, don't worry, I feel the same way. I don't like it when somebody yucks somebody's yum. These are really all just my personal opinions. I don't actually think any of these Pokemon are trash. I don't know, I do find that he's overexposed, but you know, again, to each their own with everybody's opinions. Chikorita's a cute little blob. I know, that's the thing, it's a blob. I look at Chikorita and I'm like, that's a cute little guy. The design is so simple. That's the thing about like the early Pokemon designs, especially the Johto ones. They're so simple, but so effective. Like I feel something when I look at them. Ash's Bayleaf was the cutest goddamn thing I'd ever seen. I loved his Bayleaf. His Bayleaf was so sweet and sassy. He had a lot of good starters on his team. Like, his Charizard did end up being a hero, I guess. You what? You heard me, Pink Floyd. You heard me. I shan't have to repeat myself. I want to turn Chikorita into a soup because it's so cute. I might be slightly biased against Chikorita because I started with Totodile and the rival kept beating me in the second fight. It's because Chikorita fucking strong as fuck, and you guys can't underestimate. And also, starting with Chikorita gives you a little bit of a challenge in the beginning of the game because the first gym leader has flying Pokemon. So you kind of have to strategize a little more. So I'm just like, all right, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the challenge. Give me my Chikorita. We can fucking do it. We'll show you. We'll show you. Your birds mean nothing to me. Next we have Cyndaquil. Oh, Cyndaquil's also really fucking cute. I have started with Cyndaquil a few times. And I guess one connection that I have to Cyndaquil is when I played Pokemon Coliseum for the first time. And you meet those 3 trainers that have the middle evolutions of the Johto starters. And the first one that I got when I first played that game was Quilava. And that really made me fall in love with that whole line. Like, I think Typhlosion is a pretty fucking sick Pokemon. So I think I'll probably have to put Cyndaquil in S as well. Cyndaquil's also just a cute little guy. And Cyndaquil was so cute in the anime too. Like, I love Cyndaquil. What's Cyndaquil supposed to be? Is he a little anteater? Oh no, I just love his super simple design, his little chubby belly. The fire that comes out of his back. He's just fucking cute. Typhlosion. Hisuian Typhlosion. Angie. That's true. They also have really cool Hisuian forms. I don't remember who I started with actually in Arceus Legends. I think I may have started with Oshawott actually. And the Hisuian Oshawott was really cool. Or whatever the final evolution was. Help by falling deep into the Jessie Team Rocket / Ash's mom crack ship Tumblr rabbit hole. I see art for that all the time on Twitter. Everybody loves to ship Jessie with Ash's mom. I mean, listen, Ash's mom needs somebody in her life that she can fuck besides Mr. Mime. Because I also did once see the theory that her and Mr. Mime were, you know, getting busy, and I don't like that theory. I do not prescribe to that theory. So the idea of her being with Jessie makes me a lot happier and safer. It's so cute and gay. It is really cute. They make a great pair, too. There are 2 brain cells in that pair as well. I think once, like, when I was a little older, I was watching an old episode of the Pokemon anime, and it was an episode that Ash's mom was in, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how stupid she is. Like, Ash's mom was dumb. There was one episode where, like, Ash came home, and I think he was dressed up as a girl for some reason. And then, like, and his mom looked at him, and then she was just like, oh my god, Ash has a sister? And I'm like, you birthed him, woman! How would you not know that? That may have just been, like, a localization thing, but I thought it was funny. Professor Oak hangs out around her a lot. That's true. I did also see the theory that her and Professor Oak were hooking up. But Oak is an old man. I mean, what is that? Like a sugar daddy situation in that case? Also, the artist has Jessie become plus-sized in a really tasteful way, and OMG, the representation I need. Oh, that's sweet. The art does look really cute for all the crack ship posts that I've seen. The real reason Team Rocket won't leave Ash alone is so that Jessie can keep track of him and make sure he always has clean underwear. She's an informant for Delia Ketchum. That's the real reason that Jessie's always on his ass, and then James is just there for the ride. James is there to make sure that Ash always has the drip on. Ash's mom has got it going. Ash's mom is a cutie. Delia Ketchum has got it going on. She could pull anybody. I bet her Riz is off the charts. Delia and Jessie best ship. Yes! We love to see it. Okay, next we have Totodile. You know, before I probably would have put Totodile in C and D, because I've just never really been a fan of Totodile. I don't know. I love Gators, but I never felt compelled to start with them. I never found his design to be as cute as Chikorita or Cyndaquil's. But I will admit that after doing the Nuzlocke, my opinion on Totodile has changed quite a bit. So I think I'll probably have to put Totodile in B for now. Because I still don't love him, but I have a newfound appreciation for him. There is something really cute about his chompers too. And now that I like gators more, I'm like, okay, he's looking a little better. He's looking a little better in my opinion. I still don't love him though. There's still something about him that I just can't get behind like I can with Chikorita, you know? He's got the peak himbo energy. That's true. He does kind of give off little himbo energy. He looks like he's always just kind of flouncing around, going with the flow, never really sure where he's going, but he's gonna follow his friends, and he's gonna try his best, and he's gonna look cute while he does it. So I'll put Totodile in the B tier. He's also of one of the older generations, and generations 1 through 3 hold a very special place in my heart, just because like these were the ones that I played as a child. So okay, he can go in the B tier. He can be a baby. Ooh. I am in a snacking mood today, let me tell you. I just want to keep eating snacks. I also need to take little breaks from talking because my jaw is starting to hurt. But we're gonna get through this list. We're gonna do it. This sounds like the Android ringtone. A friend of mine is going to stream her first Nuzlocke. I wish her the best of luck. Oof. Break a Pokeball. Break a Pokeball, that's all I'll say. My mom always used to say to me, every time before I took a test, break a pencil. Instead of good luck. Kind of like in theater, you say break a leg rather than good luck because saying good luck before a show is apparently bad luck. So she'd say break a pencil. So for a Nuzlocke, I'm gonna say break a Pokeball rather than good luck. I hope she has fun though. I hope she enjoys her first Nuzlocke. They are a good time. They're just quite challenging. Totodile looks like he should hang out with Fuecoco. Right? They look like cousins. They look like they come from the same family, just like, you know, different parts of the world. They are both very cute. They're making similar faces too, now that you mention it, Lumi-chan. But alright, let's move on to the Hoenn starters next. So we have Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. Trico's probably also gonna go in the B tier. It's strange because in real life, I love reptilians, and I love amphibians, and I love things that come from the water and the trees. But for some reason, translated into Pokemon designs, I just don't like them as much as others. I don't know. Trico D tier, what even is this? First major fumble. I wouldn't put Trico in the D tier. I don't know. I wouldn't say Trico is a D tier Poke. Actually, I may need to switch Trico to C tier. I don't know. He's just... Maybe it's... You know what? You're right, Buckaroo Holiday. The bipedal gives it the -1. You're right. Maybe it is something about the bipedal nature of him. It's like, because that's the thing. I love quadrupedal starters, especially when it's like it's an animal that is normally quadrupedal. Maybe it's the fact that it's like he's a lizard-type Pokemon, but he stands on 2 feet. There's something that just doesn't really sit right with me there. I don't know. And I've used Trico before when I played like Emerald or Ruby, but not as much as the other two. And I'm not as drawn to him. And there's just something weird about like the hands and the bipedal nature. So you're right. You're right. A lizard should not be a bipedal. Sceptile is the coolest ever, though. Sceptile is pretty cool. I'll give him that. Sceptile's got a sick-ass design. Sceptile is a strong-ass Pokemon. It was the first time I had used the move Leaf Blade before, and I loved it. Maybe I also have a vendetta against Trico, because, there was, like, one playthrough I did of Emerald where I could not beat Brendan for the life of me, and it was because of his Grovyle and his Leaf Blade. Like, he beat me so many times, and it took so much grinding until I was finally able to beat him. And it made me mad. So maybe that's another reason why I have the vendetta. So yeah, unfortunately, Trico, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go in the C tier. Sit yourself on 4 legs, and then maybe we can have another chat. But for now, you're gonna have to sit comfortably there. Don't worry, you'll probably soon have some brethren joining you. Torchic, on the other hand, though... Oh, Torchic is an S tier, baby. I mean, come on, Maze Torchic. I love Torchic so much. Torchic is just so cute. I'm not usually drawn to bird-type Pokemon. It's weird. Like, I don't love bird-type. I mean, or Pokemon that are, like, birds. Like, I don't know. Like, I like birds, but when it comes to animals, I'm more drawn to mammals, to cats and rabbits, mice. If there's a cat starter, I'll usually get, like, a cat starter. Or if there's, like, a cute quadrupedal, I'll get one of those. But, like, I don't know. Torchic is different. Maybe it's just maybe it's the roundness. I don't know what it is. I also had a really, really cute Torchic figurine when I was a kid. I loved that Torchic figurine. It was just the perfect size. It was really fun to, like, stim with as a kid. Torchic's just a cutie. And then Torchic turns into fucking Blaziken, who also has a sick-ass design. Like, all the final evolutions for Hoenn, insane designs. Like, they were cooking. They were cooking in the factory when they made those. Torchic was the first Pokemon I started with when I played the Hoenn region games for the first time. Torchic is a tried and true. I'm noticing a theme here where it's like whoever was like the first that I started with, I put in the S tier. Skinny lizard with fat tail is the only redeeming quality. Right you are. I do love the fat tail. And the eyes are really cute too. I just can't get past the bipedal. I can't. It was like when they first announced Incineroar and I was like, oh, fuck. No. No, this is not happening today. No Tony the Tiger. And they all have Mega Evolutions. That's true, they all have Mega Evolutions too that are also sick as fuck designs. So Torchic is definitely an S tier for me. There's no question about that. I also just love the little chicken feet. Maybe it's just that it's a chicken. It's just such a... I think Torchic is a chicken. Or like a chick at least. And look at its little beak. It's like, how is that not peak character design for you? And I'm also normally not attracted to, like, orange Pokemon, too, or just orange in general, because I don't really like the color orange, but there's something about Torchic. Torchic is it's just a little chicken McNugget. You don't want to eat Torchic, too. That's another starter that's so cute, I want to eat it. I want to turn Torchic into a cute little chicken McNugget and then eat it. Torchic has and always will look absolutely delicious. That's a spicy chicken pre-season. Yeah, no, Torchic is a spicy McNugget. Torchic's a spicy nugget. Exactly. How do you not want to eat that? The only orange I like is Cats and Reese's wrappers. Right, you fucking are, Cast Iron. I love both of those things, too. But yeah, we love the Chicken McNugget Pokemon. S tier. And as for Mudkip, I'm torn between putting Mudkip in S or A. I'm probably gonna go with A. Because I love Mudkip, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't quite reach the Torchic levels for me. But there's also just, I don't know. I get why the 3 starters are always like the elements, like fire, water, grass. But each region, usually the most of a Pokemon type that they have is water, and there's just so many water types, and I don't know. Hoenn is just filled with so many goddamn water types that it's hard to, like, narrow down who a favorite could be. And I don't know. I feel, my heart is just telling me to put Mudkip in A. I feel like that's gonna make a lot of people mad, though, because a lot of people fucking love Mudkip. Maybe it was also the meme from back in the day that kind of ruined Mudkips for me, because I was always annoyed whenever you talk about Pokemon and somebody would be like, haha, do you like Mudkips? I'm like, you're not funny. Come up with a better joke. I actually find the Torchic line to be kind of boring, sadly. Ugh. We're disagreeing on so many things today, Fluffy. But that's okay. That's okay. It's good to sometimes just to not agree on everything. It's nice. I like being able to have different opinions from you know the people in my life. Keeps things interesting. Gives you new perspectives, you know? But I love the Torchic line. I will never get sick of the Torchic line personally. I think it's cool as fuck. Blaziken is cool as fucking red. Never get tired to me. I want Reese's ice cream now, but too cold. It's too fucking cold for ice cream for me. I want some more soup. Can I have some more soup, please? Mudkip also has the most mid design for the future evolutions. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I guess so. Yeah, I guess cause Marshtomp and Swampert do kind of, I don't know. I like their designs, but I get what you mean. I think the Torchic line definitely does have cooler, more interesting looking designs than the Mudkip line. I'm gonna stick with that. I also just don't want the S tier to get too overcrowded, because when we did the Ben & Jerry's tier list, there were far too many in S tier. I want this to be a nice, balanced list. So I'm keeping Mudkip in A. It's okay, different opinions are healthy and good. I agree. How do we grow and change as people if we don't hear differing opinions from people? So I agree. I think it's good to have different opinions as well. Combuskin sucks, but Blaziken is pretty damn cool. Yeah, Combuskin is definitely the weakest of the three in the line. But hey, it's another chicken, and he's kind of funny to look at. But Blaziken is fucking cool as fuck. And my Blaziken, I kicked so much ass when I was a kid. I had a level 100 Blaziken, and yeah, I used the shit out of him. Now, if there's some pokes you don't put in the best tier, I will have to razz you. Nominate me for the Razzies. All the award shows are coming up. I'm ready for my time in the spotlight. I'm ready. Give me your worst. And when that, we've got the Sinnoh starters next. We have Turtwig, we have Chimchar, and we have Piplup. Now, I have kind of an unpopular opinion here, guys. Don't flame me for this. I'm not too crazy about the designs for the Sinnoh starters. I don't know. I don't really particularly love any of them, if I'm being honest. I don't like the way the final evolutions look for any of them. I don't particularly find them to be very strong Pokemon overall. They're just not my favorite starters overall. I think if I'm gonna rank any of them the highest, it would probably have to be Piplup. And just, Piplup I think I would put in A, just for the fact that it's just a little round penguin. It's very cute. I love, it's perfect for Squishmallow form. Like, I like all the cute Piplup Squishmallows that I see. But I don't know, these just, they're not my favorite. They're really not. I don't know. Blaziken started the slippery slope of anthropomorphic final evolutions. And bipedal ones, too. So yeah, maybe we have Blaziken to blame for a few generations down the line. But at least he's still sick himself. He doesn't ruin himself in any way. Chimchar is S tier. You see, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. I love a cute monkey, but I can't really get behind their designs for some reason. Chimchar is goddamn goofy compared to the other two. I agree. I don't know. I think Turtwig I might put in B. Just because it's like, I don't know, he's kind of cute. I like his eyes, but I'm not a fan of his evolutions. I don't like his middle or final evolution. There's just... And then Chimchar I'll probably have to put in C. I'm sorry. He's just, he is goofy looking. I don't know, when Pokemon have people hands, that always weirds me out. I just can't get behind the designs. I'm sorry. I wasn't fond of them when I was a kid, and I'm not fond of them now. I remember even debating when I played Diamond as a kid, I was debating even having Empoleon on my team in the end. Because I just felt like he wasn't really pulling his weight. His design didn't really match up with the rest of the Pokemon on my team, and I wasn't feeling it. And then I thought, like, well, could I play again? Let me look at the other two starters. But I wasn't feeling them either. And they just, compared to the first three region of the design starters, it wasn't giving the same. It was a no for me. Chimchar is also probably the best starter in any game because there are 0 fire types in his game. That's true. I don't know why in Sinnoh they didn't make any other fire types besides Chimchar. Isn't that kind of lame? Like, I don't remember Sinnoh being a particularly tropical region. So it's very strange that Chimchar and his whole line were like the only fire types. I wonder why they did that. I bet they still had a heck of a lot of water types though, so that's a strange decision on their part. Like, I can understand in the earlier regions only having, like, 1 dragon type, but that's because you only had 150 Pokemon by then. But by now, you're in the 4th region, you should be thinking of some other fire types. Ooh. Do I have the hiccups? Hang on, I gotta take a sip of water, y'all. Not today, Satan. Not today. So yeah, that's where I'm placing those guys. I apologize, but not really. On to Unova! These guys, on the other hand, these guys are cuties. Snivy. Snivy is an easy S tier for me. Snivy is so goddamn Rico looking. Snivy, I think, was one of the best starters that they had come out in a very, very long time. I had a giant, I used to have like a really big Snivy plush at home. But I think the material must have been kind of cheap because it's one of its like little fins like fell off and needed to be re-sewed back on there. But I don't know, there's just something so regal and almost like cunty about Snivy. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like Snivy, you look into her eyes and you're like, wow, that is a bad bitch right there. And then when you see fucking Superior, you're like, oh yeah, I'm right. I knew I was right this whole time. Snivy serves. Snivy was also very strong, was very reliable on my journey, and it was just the most appealing of the 3 to me. And again, it's those grass starters, man. I'm so drawn to the grass starters. I love them. And it's like, I don't know, because usually I tend to go for like whoever is the most adorable starter of the 3. And I think if we're talking in terms of like who's the most adorable, it's probably Oshawott. But for some reason, like my eyes just kept going to Snivy. The whole snakiness of it. My snooty, adorable Snivy is still sitting in my party from my black and white playthrough. Snooty, too. That's a really good word. There's definitely something very, like, snooty and haughty looking about Snivy. Snivy is definitely serving. I know! Snivy graduated from the University of Contology. Oshawott is very clunky design-wise. Oshawott is a cute clunky chunky. But yeah, Snivy is probably the only S tier for me. Snivy is also just fun to say. Snivy. Because, like, I don't know, you look at Snivy too. I think out of any starter on this list, when I look at this Pokemon and I hear Snivy, I'm like, yeah, that is the name of this Pokemon. Snivy is your name. Snivy, Snake, it fits so perfectly. And I'm like, yeah, you are a snivy little fuck, aren't you? The it girl, you know she is that girl. ITGIRL, you know she is that girl, bitch. I don't, bitch, you know I'm sexy. Don't call, just text me. I don't remember how the whole thing goes because I don't serve the way that Snivy does. I am very sad to say. But yeah, Snivy is my reliable. I also just love, like, I don't know, Superior is so, like, there's something just so, like, feminine, like so dark feminine about Superior, I think, that just really appealed to me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you ever see a Pokemon and, like, there's just the first words that come to your mind are, like, dark, divine, feminine, and I need it. you know, like Gardevoir or like Serena or one of the, you know, one of the Pokemon that looks like it could be on RuPaul's Drag Race. I think Superior is one of them, so that's just why I love Snivy, and I think I even knew it back then. But that's enough about my rave on Snivy. Cries and Tepig's first form is good, but the rest are Garbo. I know, that's why I unfortunately think I'm gonna have to rank Tepig a little lower, because it's like, Tepig is cute, and I love piggies. But I can't get past its evolutions. It does not snurve like how Snivy does. Snivy is snurving. It does not snurve like how Snivy does. But it's still cute itself, so I don't think I can rank it too low. I think for the fact that its other evolutions are just like so uninteresting and just, I don't know, they don't strike me the same way as like Superior did. I'll probably have to put Tepig in C, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Tepig. And I unfortunately think I might have to put Oshawott in C too. I don't know. Like, they're both cute, don't get me wrong. But like, they're not Snivy. I had Oshawott when I played Arceus Legends, but I kind of regretted it and wish I had started with Cyndaquil instead, just because, I don't know, I never really grew attached to it in the same way that I have with other starters before. And there's something just a little goofy looking about the two of them. They almost look a little too much like, at least Tepig, I feel, looks a little too much like a Disney character, if you know what I mean, like a Disney sidekick. Which isn't a bad thing. Disney sidekicks are cute, but it almost looks a little too much like that and a little less like a Pokemon. And Oshawott, I guess, is kind of similar. Maybe if they would have given Oshawott different ears or like different hands, I would have another opinion of it, but I don't know. They're a little wonkier, and I feel like out of the three, Snivy is just like the clear choice. The clear one that rises above the rest. Tepig gets the Everstone. Keep it the cute little piggy forever. It's like when people, with Tepig, what I could compare it to is like when somebody adopts what they think is like a, and I'm putting air quotes here, a teacup pig. It's like they call it a teacup pig, because that's what it's sold to you as, but then you realize it's a big scam, and then the pig ends up growing like 800 pounds, and then, oh, surprise, this wasn't a teacup pig, this is a fucking potbelly pig. And then you're left with an 800-pound pig in your house. And it's like, it's not really a bad thing because you like the 800-pound pig, but it's not really what you thought you were signing up for. And it's maybe a little more than you can handle. So yeah, that's what I would compare Tepig to. Ash's Tepig had my heart, but yeah. It's still cute. I'm not gonna deny that Tepig is a fucking cute Pokemon and that it definitely has its fan base. It's just, you know, it's not snurving. And its evolutions are very, I found, just forgettable. And the same goes for Oshawott. Next, we have the starters of the 6th generation. I'm blanking on the 6th generation's name. What was the 6th generation? That's, France. That's X and Y's game. Kalos, thank you. Yeah, the Kalos region. My bad. Fennekin S tier, but I hate its Evo so much. I know, I feel the same way. I love Fennekin, but I do not like its evolutions, because it suffers from the same shit as, like, you know, Litten over there. In some where it's just like... it makes me feel misled. And I'm sorry to say with Chespin, but I think Chespin might have to be my first D tier. I don't know. The design is just so much of like a... like forgettable to me. I don't know. Like, I don't even think there was at any point where I even considered Chespin. It's like I was kind of stuck on either like Fennekin or this little froggy guy. Froakie. know, there's nothing about Chespin's design that particularly speaks to me. It's just the colors kind of clash with each other, the dark browns with like the bright green. Maybe if they went with like a darker, more foresty, like pine needle green, I think that would have made more sense, but it's like the hat on him just makes him look weird. I don't know. The design, it's just, it feels a little all over the place to me, and just not something that really catches my attention for the right reasons. So I unfortunately have to put Chespin in D. I'm really sorry. And I also, and definitely Fennekin's evolutions, I have to dock points for those. I'm sorry. So Fennekin will have to go in A. If it were not for its evolutions, then I would put Fennekin in S, because it's a really cute fox, but I just don't like what it turns into. And it's just, and it's cute, but like, it doesn't, its design is a little, I don't know, it doesn't have that same simplicity cute that some of its predecessors had. So yeah, I'm sorry. Fennekin's gonna have to go in A, Chespin's gonna have to go in D, and Froakie I'm gonna have to put in B. Froakie's cute, and I love frogs. And Greninja's cool, but yeah, it's, I don't know. It's another kind of where it's like I looked at the design, and I'm like, I'm not so sure here. It's okay. Greninja is cool, though, and I like how popular Greninja got. I like that he was kind of replacing Charizard for a little while. Honestly, all the fire starters from this point, other than Fuecoco, have the problem with their evolutions being mid. Exactly! And it's like, it sucks because the starter designs are so goddamn cute for so many of these fire Pokemon, but then when you see what they turn into, it's just, I don't know. It's disappointing. You almost feel led on by Game Freak in a way. But yeah, Froakie, he's kind of cute. I kind of wish they would have made him more of like a turquoise rather than a completely blue frog. I feel like he would have been cuter in turquoise than he would in just this like pure clear water blue. Oh, I think I have a piece of cracker in my throat. I somehow got a shiny Fennekin. It took forever for wizard mode to catch on to me. That's so lucky. So wait, you like booted up the game and then it was immediately like shiny Fennekin? Or did you like trade for it or catch it out in the wild? That's crazy. I want that to happen to me where I open up a Pokemon game and it's like, wow, this starter is shiny. Lucky you. I love the wizard final. A is acceptable. All right, I'm glad that we were able to come to a truce there. And that's the thing. I guess with the Kalos designs, it has its appeal with like it definitely has a certain audience, like an audience that likes tabletop RPGs and D&D, I guess, because all of the final evolutions are based off of different classes. Like Fennekin's final evolution is a wizard. I think Chespin's final evolution is like a paladin, I think. And Froakie's final evolution is a rogue, I want to say. I may have gotten some of those wrong, but I know that they're all supposed to be character classes. So that's cool. I do think that's a really cool concept. I don't know. I wish that they could have made him look like a wizard, but make him look less like a human furry wizard and more like a fox that just happens to know magic. I thought that would have been cool. XY had the TV station where you can make sizzle reels of your Pokemon, and I spent a bunch of time there with Fennekin just to get betrayed by its last evolution. He's not getting any brand deals when people see what he looks like then. No auditions or reels for you. Do you think Pokemon would be better run directly under Nintendo rather than under Game Freak? Ooh, that's a good question, Dr. Karate. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see it if Nintendo starts to just like, I don't know, because isn't it because of Nintendo that Game Freak has to keep releasing new titles every year? Because I feel like if Game Freak was allowed to have enough time to really fully flesh out their games before releasing them, then, like, I don't know, they could really do good. But I'm not entirely sure. What do you guys think? Let me know what your opinions are on that. Some nasal spray. Very, very good question. I don't remember how I got shiny, but I picked it up before I saw any evolutions. That's cool. That's so lucky. I love finding shinies just out in the wild. It doesn't happen to me often, but I remember that first time I went shiny hunting on stream when I found that blue Rockruff. I was so excited. It was like it was one of the best moments of my streaming career. Like tabletop RPGs, I've never been so seen in my life. No, it's a super cool concept. It's really, really cool. I wish they would have executed the designs a little better. I'm sure the furries love the bipedal Evos. Oh yeah, for sure. I bet they have some opinions on some of the ones that are coming up next. Alright, so next is the Sun and Moon starters. We have Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. Oh, Rowlet's just a round little guy. Rowlet S for Snappy Dresser, and his Evos are all-time greats. I named my Datrix Edgeworth as soon as he evolved. Yeah, no, his final evolution gets the little cravat like Edgeworth. That's so cute. And I mean, he's just a dapper, round little guy, so how can I rank him low? I don't know. I mean, he's very, very cute. I never started out with him, but I would give him an A tier just for his roundness. Anything that's Kirby-shaped, I'm going to rank high, just so you guys know. And he's Kirby-shaped, he's friend-shaped. I don't get why they haven't made a Squishmallow of him yet. Look at him, he's already a Squishmallow. And you are right about the snappy dressing. You're definitely right about the snappy dressing. He's a super cute boy, little Rowlet. And what is he, an owl? I think he's an owl. He's just a little baby owl. I just love him for his rotundness. How could you not love that? How can you not look at him and just want to, like, and not feel compelled to just give him a little squeeze? He also reminds me of the owl in the Tootsie Pop commercials. You know, the how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? He reminds me a little bit of him because he also dressed very dapper and fancy. So he can go in A tier. Litten. Alright, this one I knew was going to be the hardest decision for me because I love Litten. Litten is a cutie pie. When I'm a cat person, total cat person. This is the most cat-like cat to ever cat when it comes to Pokemon starters. And I had a Litten when I got the game, and I named it Ringo after an old cat that I had named Ringo who had a very similar attitude to Litten. But guys, when they revealed Incineroar, as a Pokemon fan, I truly think that had to have been one of the lower moments of my life. I was shocked and appalled, bamboozled. I couldn't take it. Where were you when they announced Incineroar the first time? I remember I was in such denial when they announced this evolution that I went deep into the trenches of Tumblr for other opinions and saw somebody had posted a link being like, oh, this is leaked information, but apparently there's going to be 2 different forms of Incineroar, and only one of them is going to be bipedal, and there's another form where he's quadrupedal, and they shared like a silhouette design, and because I was so deep in my Delulu denial, I I truly believed in my heart that this would happen. That they would give us this option for the people that didn't want to play the game as fucking Tony the Tiger. And then the game came out, and reality hit me. It hit me. It hit me in the face. It hit me like a truck-kun in an isekai. And I had never been more disappointed. So for that reason, I can't, in a good conscience, rank Litten in S, no matter how fucking cute it is. And I even debate whether I should put it in A for that reason, because it just ruined it for me so much. Litten's middle evolution isn't very inspired. Torracat is just a bigger Litten. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like its middle evolution couldn't even save it. It couldn't even save it, because I was like, well, I mean, I guess I could have it not evolve and just either hold B or give it Neverstone. But this isn't really much better. I just wish it could have stayed a Litten. So, I mean, its design is just so fucking cute, though. And it reminds me so much of, like, my late cat, Ringo. I loved Ringo. He was super grumpy, and he wasn't very nice, but he was super cute and protective, and he loved me, and he loved my mom, and I miss him every day. And because of that connection, I have to put it in A, I guess. But it's so hard. It's so hard because I want to put it in S, but I just can't forgive Game Freak for what they did. I really can't. And I don't care if how much they tried to plug it in Smash, I'm not gonna like it anymore. Litten is great, but Incineroar drags it down to the boiler room of a tier list, and I saw that as a wrestling fan. Even wrestling fans didn't like the design. Even they were appalled. I get that he's based on Tiger Mask, but why'd they have to do that to Litten? They could have just created a whole other cat Pokemon that they could have turned into, like, a wrestler, a luchador. But why'd they have to do it to sweet little Litten? I come in, I'm just hurt so hard. In all honesty, though, the anime made me love Litten. I'm so sorry, Shaka. I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining, and it's good to see you, but I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. These are just my opinions. I still like a lot of these Pokemon, but I don't know. I can't, in a good conscience, rank Litten in S, knowing what's coming. Knowing its fate. Knowing that maybe that's why Litten looks so miserable and grumpy, because it's like, ugh, I have to turn into that. I was so mad when they put that thing in Smash. I don't know why they had to do that. I mean, I get that they wanted, like, strong and buff-looking Pokemon to add to the roster, but you really had to remind us that Incineroar existed, and I'm just not happy about that. Other than that, pretty good rank so far. Thank you! I would say so, too. I appreciate that. Also, I hope you're having a great night. But yeah, I'm just like, nobody likes Incineroar, so why do they have to shove it down our throats? Why put it in Smash and just subject us to more Incineroar? I love Litten, though, so this is the hardest decision of my life. So because of that, I'm gonna move on to Poplio. Now, Poplio's cute. I know a lot of people like Poplio. I'm gonna probably have to put Poplio in a B tier. I don't really have too much against Poplio. I've never loved it as much as everybody else has. Primarina is a really cool Pokemon, but I just, like, I don't know, I'm not really big on clowns, I guess. I don't like clowns like a lot of other people do. I don't know. They've always just been kind of creepy to me. The circus was fun as a kid, but the clowns have never been my favorite part of the circus, and I'm just like, eh. I like a cute clown girl. Like, a clown girl is cute, but I don't know, I've never really been into, like, clowns the way other people have. Lilith hating on the water types, SMH. That's true, I haven't really ranked too many water types very high. I don't know, I don't really start out with water types a lot. I think the only Pokemon game that, like, I started out with a water type first go was Diamond and Pearl. The rest of them, I usually go grass or fire. I'm mostly drawn to grass types, but yeah, I don't know what it is about the water types. They just never perfect them for me. And there's a weirder clown Pokemon. That's true. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? One of my favorite Pokemon is Mime Jr. I'm a goddamn hypocrite. Mime Jr. is an exception, because Mime Jr. is just a fucking little guy. Just a little baby guy. I also fell in love with Mime Jr. after playing one of the Pokemon Ranger games, and Mime Jr. was just like such a cute little highlight in that game. In a vacuum, Poplio isn't the best with the clown look, but the later Evos are cute ballerinas. Yeah, I like that they decided to go like clown ballerina later. And like I said, I love a clown girl. There's nothing cuter than a clown girl, but like, I don't know, just the clown aesthetic in general. It has to be very particular for me. Maybe it's because Mime Jr. is like small and pink. I have a cute little Mime Jr. sitting cutie plush on my bed. I love it. It was just when I went to Nintendo World once, it was just staring me down while I was waiting in line with my friend, and then I ended up buying it. I was actually with Jen when I bought it. Drawn to grass types, I wonder why. Art. This was one of those cases where life ended up imitating art, I guess. Because I played Pokemon long before I found out about my love of grass. Nothing wrong with a little grass. If I was in the Pokemon world, of course I would have a grass type, because they would help me scope out all of the best grass in the wild. I'm just a leafy lady. I'm a bunny. We love eating lettuce. Okay, next we have this region's Pokemon. What's this next region? I'm so bad with the later regions. This is this Kalos, I believe? Is this the Kalos region? Or is this Galar? Oh, no, wait. We already did Kalos. Kalos was France. This is Galar. Okay. This is the Galar region. We have, what's the grass starter's name? Fruki, I think? I think we have Fruki, Scorbunny, and Sobble. I believe the... Grookey, my bad. Grookey. Yeah, this is the Galar region. We have Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. Grookey, I'm sorry, I may also need to put Grookey in the D tier just because, like, I don't know. It's just another design that feels a little bit too busy for me. I don't really know what Grookey is exactly. And, I just... not feeling it as much. It kind of just gives me similar vibes of Chespin, where I wasn't initially drawn to it. I didn't even remember his name. I thought it was Fruki. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put Grookey in D tier. I don't really even know what its final evolutions look like. Lilith riding the monkey hate. Wait, Grookey's a monkey? Oh, you're right. I am putting all these monkeys in lower tiers. I don't hate Monkey, guys. I love Monkey. Monkeys are cute. But I couldn't even tell Grookey was a monkey, though. I thought it was like a bird thing, because it looks like it has a beak. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not, but it's so weird. I have grass. I have so many grass types in S tier, but also my lowest rank ones are also grass types. His final is a drum-playing gorilla with an afro made of bush. Wait, I think I have seen that. Okay, his final evolution has a pretty cool design. Grookey is so cute, though. He is cute, but I don't know. I find that there are cuter Pokemon. And he also kind of gives more Disney character to me in the same way that, like, in the same way that Tepig does. He kind of gives Disney character over Pokemon. I'm sorry. I'm also just, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the orange. He's not for me. I'm sorry to all the Grookey fans. And Scorbunny? This is gonna get me kicked out of the Rabbit Club. But Scorbunny's gonna have to go and see. I don't dig the sporty design. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I've never been attracted to sporty designs. You guys have seen my reactions to all of the fucking outfits that are in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think they're hideous. Scorbunny's just... I like the little bandage on his nose, but I'm just not really a fan of the whole athlete soccer player sort of vibe. I go more towards like the softer aesthetics, I think, in Pokemon. And it's not my favorite rabbit Pokemon. I think that there's cuter rabbit Pokemon out there. It's just not really, it's not my kind of bunny. It's not the kind of bunny that I want to be hanging out with at the bunny party, you know? We don't have anything in common. We have nothing to talk about. I don't know anything about soccer. I don't know much about sports. Scorbunny loses points for being a soccer hooligan. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not a sports person, so it's not my kind of aesthetic. Hey! Lilith is canceled. You did that for my rabbit cousins. They told you to do that, Fluffy. They told you to throw that egg at me. Quick, name a rabbitmon that isn't Lopunny. Baneri. Haha! Gotcha. Hey, that's fair. Yeah, maybe if it was like maybe if Scorbunny was like a soft princess bunny, it would be a different story. But unfortunately, we're not there. We're just not there. I told you I'd razz you for the bad takes. That's not razzing, that's straight up egging! You're egging me for my bad taste! If you're gonna razz me, throw raspberries at me. I assume that's what razzing means. Or nominating me for a Razzie. But here. If this helps. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Ugh. Straightening that back. My posture is actually not that bad right now because I am not holding a controller. But I will do a little stretch. I'll do a little stretch and I'm gonna eat another little cracker. Yule log vibe energy tonight. Here's what I'll do to make it up to you guys. Sobble gets an S. Happy. Sobble is fucking cute as shit. And this was one of the few Pokemon games where I started with the water starter. And I love Sobble. The reason I love Sobble is because Sobble and we have very similar viewpoints on life. We both see something very emotional and we cry. Lilith, weak to crybabies. Exactly. Us crybabies have to stick together. I know I don't show it a lot on stream, but guys, I'm a fucking crybaby. I cry at everything. I am a huge crier, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I've cried a couple of times on stream, and I try not to do it often, just because I don't love showing that side of myself. But trust me, there's a lot of crying that goes on in my life. And it's not even just when I'm sad. I cry when I'm happy. Sometimes I cry when I get scared. I'm just a crier, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I love that about Sobble. It resonates with me. And Sobble, we can cry together. I will adopt a Sobble, and I will tell him that it is okay to cry. I have anxiety and depression. I'm never happy. Well, that's why you need to join the Sobble squad. Because Sobble will make us feel better. Sobble is a cutie pie. And its name is fucking Sobble. Sob is in the name. And it also has a little bobblehead. And I just love him. I love his little purity. His little purity in his form. I love his tiny little hands. I love that he's quadrupedal. He's just a little tadpole. And he cry. And I love him because he cry. Yeah, I'm thinking this list is looking good. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm happy with my list. I like how well-rounded this is looking too. I was worried that we were gonna have too many in the S and the A tiers, but I realized I do have quite a few differing opinions on the starters. So I'm happy I did this. But then he evolves and he becomes something powerful because we love an arc. No, Sabo realized that his crying only made him stronger in the end, and I think that's beautiful. Turtwig is a bit criminally underrated, but to each their own. I agree, to each their own. It's not that I dislike Turtwig. I like Turtwig. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the Sinnoh starters overall. They're definitely not the strongest starters in the bunch, in my opinion. I find that there are some that are just, I don't know, just better. And finally, we have the last three starters, the Paldea starters. We've got our little friends here. We've got Fuecoco, we've got Quaxley, and we've got my little kitty friend right here, Sprigatito. Sprigatito is an easy S. There's no question about that. Sprigatito can stay an S. And even though, yeah, it does turn into another bipedal in the end, which I'm not crazy about, but at least this bipedal has, like, a design that I think makes more sense for the line that it's in. Like, it's not a complete fucking 0 to 60, like, like Litten to Incineroar. You know, it's like when I see the final evolution, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. I see where they're going with this. I don't love it, but I get it. And look at Sprigatito, it's a grass kitty. That's the thing. It also gets bonus points for being a grass type, because you guys know I love the grass types. I'd love to see how this list would change based solely on the first form. Yeah, I mean, there might be a few changes based solely on first forms, like Litten would definitely be higher on the list. But because I want to think a little deeper here, because I want to think a little deeper and give you guys more in this stream, I'm trying to think with the whole line in mind too. Fuecoco, another best boy with the chompers. Yeah, he's Totodile's cousin. And he has a little firebird mic. He is very cute. He's also round like Rowlet, which gives him a lot of points. And his final form is pretty cool. I definitely don't like him as much as Sprigatito. I would probably also have to put him in the B tier though, however. Just because, like, once again, I'm not super drawn to, like, the reptilian and, like, dino Pokemon as much as I am, like, the cuter, fuzzier types. But, like, he is still very cute, though. I love how round and rotund he is. He's also giving Himbo, much like Totodile is. So he gets a B tier, and Sprigatito gets S tier. Love how Fuecoco went reverse, bipedal to quadrupedal. You're right! They need to do that more often. They need to do that where it's like they give us really, really cute bipedal starters, and then they turn into sick-ass quadrupedals. It's not often that you find that. So, okay, he gets points for that, too. And he just turns into big, big fire dino. So he's pretty cool. Quaxley, though, for our last Pokemon on this list, it's like Quaxley's cool, but something about him almost reads a little too human to me, you know? Like, I feel like he could start talking to me in English. Like, there's something a little shifty in his face. Almost like he's a very little person trying to disguise himself as a Pokemon. Like, he put on the beak and he put on the hat and he's like, yes, I'm going to hide amongst these Pokemon and make these people believe he's a Pokemon. I have mixed feelings on Quaxley. He's a bit too posh, but he has the sass. Yeah, I mean, I love the pose that he's serving. Like, he's showing that he is the shit in that pose. I do like that, but I don't... He looks a bit like Gulliver from Animal Crossing to me. And Gulliver's annoying. Do you see Donald Duck in him? Maybe that too. Maybe that's also why he kind of reads so weird to me, is he does kind of look a little bit like Donald Duck. Quaxley is Donald Duck you have at home. He's the CVS brand Donald Duck. I don't know. Quaxley, I think I'm gonna have to put in C tier. There's something shifty about him that I don't entirely trust, you know? I'm not sure if I entirely trust his vibe. I don't know if I could pick him as my partner Pokemon and trust that he's not gonna jump on my shoulder and be like, "Yeah, what's up, Doc? You better go that way." I'd be like, "Oh! Quaxley, you can talk?" I don't trust him. I get shifty vibes. And with that, those are all the Pokemon. That was a fun list. I definitely went a little deeper into that than I thought I was going to. I thought I was just going to give all very surface level, but no. I tried taking the full lines into account. I tried taking in my memories of playing these games into account, and also just their cute-ass design. So I want to thank the person who created this list. This was a user named QWERTAYOS, KWERTAYOS. So yeah, thank you. We can go support them. Thank you for your service. Thank you for putting this list together. It is much appreciated from a small streamer such as myself. This was fun. I'm glad you included all of the starters on this list. I can't wait to see it expand even bigger when even more Pokemon games come out. It would have been cool if they also added like their different forms on here too, because I know some of these Pokemon have different forms. What are you gonna do now that we've run out of Pokemon tier lists? No, don't worry, there's still so many Pokemon tier lists left. There are endless amounts of Pokemon tier lists left. There's, we already did the mythical one, but there's still legendary Pokemon tier lists. There's Pokemon gym leader tier lists. Actually, wait, we've done a lot of Pokemon tier lists. We also did Pokemon mainline game tier lists, didn't we? I forgot that we did that. That was a long time ago. Yeah, so we're running out of Pokemon list ideas, but I still like doing them, and I'm sure I'll find another one. We could do final Pokemon, final evolution Pokemon starter tier list, mid-evolution starter tier list, Pokemon trainer class tier list, Pokegirls tier list. We could do all the different Pokegirls. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stream. Ooh, is there any way that I could, I mean, I guess I could always download one of the games from an emulator or something. I used to play the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games as a kid, and I always enjoyed them. They were fun. I loved the concept of talking Pokemon, the idea of like humans turning into Pokemon and needing to like figure out how to get back to their bodies. Like, it was always a fascinating concept. I've never played any of the newer ones. Are there any Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games on Switch that you can play? If there are, maybe I'll pick up one of those and we could play that on stream sometime. I was gonna say I haven't played a Pokemon game in a while, but no, I played Violet a few days ago. But yeah, that's my list. So in the A tier, we have Bulbasaur, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Torchic, Snivy, Sobble, and Sprigatito. In the A tier, we have Squirtle, Mudkip, Piplup, Fennekin, Rowlet, and Litten. Although it kind of pains me to put Litten in A. I am really sorry. Fuck you, Incineroar. B tier, we have Charmander, Totodile, Turtwig, Froakie, Poplio, and Fuecoco. In the C tier, we have Trico, Chimchar, Tepig, Oshawott, Scorbunny, and Quaxley. And in the D tier, we have Chespin and Grookey. My deepest apologies to those two Pokemon. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm switching Quaxley to D tier. I don't fucking trust him. I don't trust this motherfucker. I don't trust him with my life. I can't in a good conscience keep him in C tier. He needs to join the D tier. I'm just not a fan. Wikipedia says the OG Mystery Dungeon is on Switch. Is it really? I wonder if I still have my original copy at home of the OG Mystery Dungeon. What was it? Explorers of Darkness, I think. That may have been no. Red Team or something like that. Or Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red. They had Red and Blue, and I remembered playing Red because that was the one for the Game Boy Advance because I didn't have a Nintendo DS yet, and Blue, I think, was for the DS at the time. Yeah, so I know I played the Red Explorers, and I also played Explorers of Darkness. But I never played the one that came out on the 3DS, I think. I don't remember what that one was called. But they were really fascinating games. I had so many memories of those games. Doing the test over and over and over again until I got to play as a Pokemon that I liked. Like, I always wanted to play as Skitty or Eevee, but it was really hard to get those personality types, and all of the questions were randomized every single time. So, like, you know, it was all just kind of by luck being able to get the Pokemon that you wanted. But it was cool, like, having a personality test to determine what kind of Pokemon you were. I remember the first time I played both of the mystery dungeon games, I got Pikachu, which I thought was really cool. I was like, oh, this game thinks I'm a Pikachu based on my actual personality, and not just the one that I curated to get the Pokemon that I wanted. I feel like Pikachu and Eevee should be on here. You're right, they should be on here. They count as starters. My Switch is the special limited edition Pikachu and Eevee Switch. Well, I mean, if Pikachu and Eevee were to be on here, I would put them both in S tier, I think, because, I mean, Pikachu you can't not put on S tier, because Pikachu's iconic, and Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I would have to put Eevee in S tier, of course. But that was my tier list. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry we didn't end up playing a game today. I know that I've been putting off Little Goody Two Shoes for a while, and I feel bad about it, because I want to get back to it. I just, like, I don't know, maybe I had a little bit less energy today because I was already on Kai's stream earlier, and that took a little bit out of me. But I still had a fun time, though. I'm sorry this ended up being a little bit of a shorter stream, but I hope you guys all enjoyed it. It was a nice time. Next week, I want to think of some more exciting stream ideas. I think that when I put out the schedule on Monday, I might put out a new set of requests for a Try Not to Laugh stream. I'm thinking of holding one sometime next week. I think it would just be an ideal time. We have all waited long enough for another one. People have been asking for a very long time, and I'm ready to make it happen. So we can start a new thread in the Discord server for that once I post about it in my announcements tab. So I hope you guys get ready. And hey, it's been a long time since the last one. All of you guys have gotten to know me a little bit better, so I'd like to think that you all know my sense of humor by now. So do your worst. Give me the best stuff, make me laugh. So we'll have that. I also want to talk to Jen again soon, because I know you guys talked about wanting to do a stream where you guys give us your anime hot takes. And Jen and I talk about them. I know she'll be absolutely thrilled when I ask her. So we'll see when she's available and we can figure out that. And then there are also other games to play too. So on Monday I'll be posting my schedule. I'll let you guys all know what's happening. It's gonna be fun. No sorries needed. Pop, thank you. I appreciate it. I know I need to stop saying sorry so much. Thanks for the stream. Let's go. Oh, my pleasure. It was a really fun stream today. I'm sorry that it was a little scuffier than usual. I'm sorry that it was a bit shorter than usual. And also that my internet cut out in the middle of it. I apologize for that. I'm glad it didn't end up happening again, though. But yeah, thank you, punishment wheel or puffishment for laughing. We'll see. I'm still thinking about it. I think both options could be fun. But I'll let you guys know. I think we'll see which one I'm feeling more as the day approaches. I think both would be fun, though. Thanks for the stream. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'm sorry that we ended up streaming today and not yesterday, but thank you guys, everybody, for joining me tonight. Thank you to everybody who joined me for Kai's stream earlier. That was really fun. Thank you to everybody who followed today, everybody who donated bits, resubbed. It means the world to me, all of your support. Thank you for all the ideas of cosplay streams as well. I'll be sure to keep you updated on ideas for those. Maybe I'll start a new sub goal pretty soon. For like a cosplay stream or something. Oh, I get here and it's just ending. Oh, I'm so sorry, Fallen Guard. I'm so sorry. I had a bit of a shorter stream today. I'm really sorry about that. I'll be back soon, though. I should be back in a few days. I'm probably planning on streaming on Tuesday again. I'll let you guys know. I'm so sorry about that, but thank you so much for stopping by, though. I appreciate all of your support. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to be ending with so many people are getting here. But I appreciate everybody who was here. Thank you, Midnight. Thank you, Fallen Guard. Thank you, Dr. Karate. Thank you, INF with you. Thank you, Fluffy Snowfall. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Shaka. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brett. Thank you to all of my lurkers. And thank you to everybody who I have not thanked yet. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your weekend. Everybody, please stay nice and warm. Oh, thank you, Buckaroo Holiday. Thank you. And yeah, I hope you all stay nice and warm. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all drink lots of good soup. And I hope you guys continue to feed me lots of good soup. I hope you all enjoyed the new redeems too as well. Hopefully I'll be adding lots more throughout the year. But yes, thank you all so much everybody for joining me tonight. I hope to see you all next time. Enjoy yourselves and be safe. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, thank you, Cast Iron Whiskey. Bye, 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 bye. Have a great night.